It's JP back at another video, and you know who I'm back with. It doesn't matter because it's the topic of the show. It's the topic with the wise, you know. But this is a video for the last one because I had a couple people in my comment section down below that was like, "Oh, wait for the facts. Oh, you don't know what happened. You should watch Officer Tatum." Don't get me wrong. I that's what I want. I want people to bring their different perspective and everything like that. And I seen his video, but we seen another guy. His name is Colin Noir. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Colin Noir, he went to law school, was a lawyer for a little bit, but now he advocates for the NRA. Like, he's a really big Second Amendment, 2A. He's really big on like gun rights and making sure that every American have their guns and is able to keep their guns. Okay. Which is cool. I understand that. Which means like he's more on the level of a centrist, which I don't know if you're familiar with a centrist. No. They don't lean too far right or too far left. They're like right there in the middle.
All right, that makes sense.
Because, not for disclosure, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm an independent. I don't know if you want to disclose that. You don't have to, but I'm just disclosing because again, I want my viewers to know that there's some things I think right on, there's some things I think left on. I'm not gonna give you the whole breakdown, but I'm just gonna let you know that's what it is. So I want to have my boy Tim react to the video of Colin Noir because I like that video because he's stating facts. When I mean it's facts over feelings. That's a good saying.
And to be honest, it's very difficult for an individual to not be influenced by their emotions.
Right.
They were really, excuse my language, but fuck up their logic, you know, when they being governed by their feelings. So if an individual is bringing facts and stating, you know, logical perspectives, you know, you got to hold your feelings to the side in a sense, you know.
True. And I've seen a couple people that's on the right, especially like, again, I love the Hodge Twins content. I don't know if you know what Hodge Twins. But the way they sound, they made it seem like nobody ever walked into a house that's being constructed. And my thing with it was this, like a lot of people know, or like, you know, I used to work at Comcast. And Comcast, sometimes when you install cable in like newly developed houses or newly developed properties. So there's a lot of houses under construction. We will go inside. Like, I remember me and my old partner, we used to go inside and we used to like look around and like, wow, this house is gonna be huge, or this house is gonna be different, because they will have the floor plans there, and you will see, okay, this like is gonna be like the pool, yada yada yada. It's like wishful thinking. You know, it's one of those things like, wow, this place looks amazing, you know. And I think I'm familiar with the person I was talking about. I used to work with at Comcast, Jermaine. If you look on my Journey videos, he was the guy in the background interviewing me on my video. But we used to work, especially I don't know if you're familiar with Davey, down. There's a lot of, especially on the west side, there's a lot of newly developed homes. So when you used to walk in, you'd be like, wow, this looks beautiful, you know. Were we wrong? I don't think so, because again, Florida laws are different, but there's a lot of people that do it. So that's why when people are saying that, oh, the guy looks sketchy, so that means I look sketchy if that's the case.
How do you define what looks sketchy or not? You know,
sketchy is more based on feelings instead of facts.
You see?
Because we'll get into it when we watch the video.
I got you.
So if you like the content, again, leave a comment down below, subscribe, like, and we're gonna get into this video. And after this video is done, we will later on give you our commentary.
In my original video about the Ahmaud Arbery shooting, I said that Arbery didn't do anything wrong and that he was just out for a jog. A couple of days ago, surveillance footage showing Ahmaud Arbery walking inside a house that was under construction was released onto the interwebs. Since this video's release, I've been hounded by comments telling me to take my video down, that I should have waited for the facts, I'm a race baiter, I look stupid, he broke the law, etc., etc., etc. So, since the release of this video, has my opinion changed? Well, let's find out.
This surveillance video, obtained by our Atlanta affiliate WSB, will certainly be part of the debate. It was recorded shortly before Arbery was killed and shows a man walking into an open home construction site and looking around. Arbery's family attorneys say they believe this second video, obtained by ABC News, does show the 25-year-old former football player in that home under construction. But they underline that he wasn't breaking the law and left empty-handed, and they are praying for them. The family says they have no relationship with the McMichaels and would have never wanted what they call a vigilante response.
At 2:08 in the video, you see a man in a white shirt and shorts walk into a home under construction on Satilla Drive. Moments later, a person can be seen in the top left frame observing what's going on. A 911 call from that day has audio of a man saying there's someone in a house that's under construction. At 2:13, the first man appears to run out the front door and down the street. Investigators have not said there is any evidence Arbery burglarized the home. Police reports following the shooting did not know anything stolen on Arbery.
So let's break down what we saw compared to the law. Under Georgia law, a person commits the offense of criminal trespass when he or she knowingly and without authority enters upon the land or premise of another person for an unlawful purpose. Each one of the elements have to be met. Based on the video, what purpose did he walk into the house for, and was the purpose unlawful? According to the video and the owner of the house, he didn't take anything and he didn't force his way in. He just walked around looking. So, is it possible he went to steal something? Yes. Is it possible he went in to find the magical door of Narnia? Yeah, the same way it's possible that he went in simply because he was curious and wanted to look around an unconstructed home like millions of people do every single day. Hell, when my house was being built, I literally walked in on a couple walking through my unconstructed home. I was slightly taken aback, but I wasn't surprised because that's kind of what people do.
All right, all suited up. Steve and I are gonna go for a nice walk and get some exercise. The sun is out. So yeah, we're gonna go and see how many calories we can burn. And we're gonna go over and check out this new neighborhood. They're building houses. So we're gonna kind of go in and out some of those and check and see what the floor plans look like and just have a nice walk. This is a nice kitchen.
Yeah.
Nice and spacious. I still like my kitchen. I have more countertops.
I'm pausing right here because this is the prime example of, you see, people do this. This is nothing new. Trust me. There's times when I've done this because I used to live in the Manors. I don't know if you're familiar with the Manors. Yeah. There was this one house, and my homies, they know this one house. It was behind this church. It was behind this Lauderman's church. This house been under construction. It's still under construction. It was been under construction when I was in like middle school. It is still under construction.
Oh wow!
But we walked past because we look like, yo, this house. How long it's gonna take these boys to build this?
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things. Curiosity always, it's one of those things. Humans can't help but be curious about something. So I should be penalized for being curious.
Yeah. And not only that, the first thing that came across my mind when he brought up this evidence. So you telling me that because he went inside a house that was still under construction, that justified them killing him? That's the first thing that came across my mind. Like, they trying to make an excuse, you know what I mean? For it being okay for them to do what he did.
Oh, it gets deeper in this video. So go ahead and back to the sorry for the pause. Back to the video.
My kitchen. I have more countertops in this kitchen. The bar is nice.
Yes, there's also video of someone going into that house at night that some people think is Arbery. But to my knowledge, that hasn't been confirmed. However, nothing in those videos that we have shows that he went inside to steal something. However, it does show he walked in, looked around, and then left. Maybe he realized there was nothing to steal. Either way, you can't infer intent based on weak, ambiguous circumstantial evidence. So based on the facts we can't say he went in for an unlawful purpose. More evidence may come out, but from what we have, it doesn't show him taking or stealing anything. So the unlawful purpose element isn't met. Now, how about, did he enter upon the land or premise of another person after receiving, prior to such entry, notice from the owner, rightful occupant, or upon proper identification and authorized representative of the owner or rightful occupant that such entry is forbidden? Long story short, did Arbery have noticed that he could not be on that property? Much the same way a lot of concealed carry laws work, if you carry a gun into an establishment that has a no gun policy, you're not considered trespassing until they tell you to leave and you refuse to do so. In the case of Rayburn v. State, the Georgia Supreme Court held that notice must be sufficiently explicit notice that apprises people of exactly what property they are forbidden to enter. There was no one at the house. From what we can see in the video and what was said, there were no doors on the house. And as far as we know, there were no signs saying to keep out or no trespassing. There were no gates or fences. If any of these things existed at the time Arbery went into the house, then yeah, he trespassed. But that's why the operator asked, what did he do wrong? And was he on the premise when he wasn't supposed to be, i.e. the notice element, after he told her it was an open house under construction.
Glen Brunswick Communications, Operator Smith.
Hey, I live out still stores.
Okay.
There's break-ins out here. There's a guy in the house right now. It's a house under construction.
Okay, do you have your address or that house's address?
Right at 219 or 220 Satilla Drive.
And you said someone's breaking into it right now?
No, it's all open. It's under construction. And he's running right now. There he goes right now.
Okay, what is he doing?
He's running down the street. Tall
Okay.
Back into the
Okay, that's fine. I'll get them out there. I just need to know what he was doing wrong. Was he just on the premises and not supposed to be?
Stuff on it. And he's been caught on the camera a bunch before at night. It's kind of an ongoing thing out here. The man that's building the house has got heart issues. I think he's not going to finish it. So.
Okay, that's fine. And you said it was a male in a black t-shirt?
A white t-shirt. Black guy, white t-shirt. And he's done run back into the neighborhood.
So based on this information in the video, the notice element isn't met either. Now, how about the last element? Did Arbery remain upon the land or premise of another person after receiving notice from the owner, right occupant, or upon property identification and authorized representative for the owner or rightful occupant to depart? In short, did anyone tell Arbery to leave the property? And if they did he leave? In the video, you can see Arbery leaving the house when the neighbor showed up outside. He might have been spooked by the neighbor. The neighbor may have said something to him. Either way, he left immediately, which means the last element isn't satisfied either. So, based on the letter of the law and the videos and information we have, and not my feelings, Arbery did not trespass. Now, if more information comes out showing that he took something, then yeah, he trespassed. But as for right now, nah, he didn't, because elements haven't been met. So now what about burglary? Did Arbery commit a burglary based on these videos?
As Mr. English said, if anything was taken from the property?
He said absolutely nothing has ever been taken from the property when he initially did months ago, back in October, first contact local law enforcement through the non-emergency number to say, hey, someone's been coming onto my property. And like I said, we don't know who that was. He did not characterize it as a burglary or a robbery or in any way, shape, or form as any kind of crime actually having taken place, certainly not a felony, because nothing ever was taken.
If the video doesn't show him trespassing based on the letter of the law, then you're hard pressed to say they show him engaging in a burglary under the letter of the law, because a burglary requires an intent to commit a felony, which is a higher standard than the unlawful purpose element of a trespass. And based on the video, he was just walking around and looking. You can't infer intent simply because he was walking into the house. If he picked something up and put it in his pocket, got him. If he had a bag and picked up something and put it in his bag, got him. Otherwise, he just walked into a house that was under construction. Based on the video, he didn't break anything. He didn't deface anything. He walked in, looked around, then walked out or ran out. It really doesn't matter. Now, does the video make him look suspect? I can see someone making that argument. But if we're talking facts, there's nothing concrete in the video that we've seen so far. There could be more considering the video is 7 minutes long, but from what has been released, he technically broke no laws. Now, let's talk citizen's arrest. Under Georgia law, a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. If the offense is a felony and the offender is escaping or attempting to escape, a private person may arrest him upon reasonable and probable grounds of suspicion. There are 4 elements in this law that must be satisfied to justify citizen's arrest. First, A private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. We have limited video of what Arbery was doing inside the house, but that's all we have. So if based on these limited videos of what he did in the house and that wasn't shown him committing a felony, it stands to reason that no one on the outside of the house saw him commit a felony on the inside of the house, especially considering that the owner said nothing was taken. If the cameras inside the house didn't show him committing a felony inside the house, then you can't say that an offense was committed in their presence or within immediate knowledge when we have video of what happened inside and still can't conclude an offense was committed. Again, based on the information we have in the videos, the only thing that McMichaels actually saw Arbery doing was running down the street.
Greg McMichael told a Glynn County police officer that there had been several break-ins in the neighborhood, but it does not say he actually witnessed a crime that day, which is a requirement under the citizen's arrest law. Instead, the report says McMichael was in his front yard and saw the suspect from the break-ins hauling blank down Sedilla Drive. He believed that suspect was Ahmaud Arbery. And nowhere in the report does McMichael tell the officer that he and his son were trying to make a citizen's arrest.
Citizen's arrest was not what Mr. McMichael was saying at the time. He was saying that his son was acting in self-defense. The district attorney in Waycross, as part of his justification not to charge these people or to recommend that they be charged, came up with a citizen's arrest defense.
The only knowledge he had of a crime was from past incidents, which ironically, based on the information we have, except for his reported stolen gun, weren't actually crimes because nothing was stolen from the house and was open with no notice that you were not allowed to be there. That's the law. As for the stolen gun, and this is just my opinion, I find it hard to believe that a person would steal a gun from a car in a neighborhood and then go back to the same neighborhood on foot. That's just my opinion. But outside of that, I have to ask, how is knowledge of a past crime knowledge of an immediate crime? It's not. The second element of citizen's arrest says a private person may arrest an offender if the offense is a felony. Trespassing in Georgia is a misdemeanor. Burglary is a felony. As I stated before, nothing in the video shows that he committed a trespass or burglary. So the second element isn't met. Keep in mind, you have to meet all of the elements, and we already can't meet two of the elements. So there's no point in even discussing the third one, but I will. The third element, the offender is escaping or attempting to escape. Let's say Arbery got spooked by the neighbor who saw him go inside the house and decided to run. If he was committing a felony, then yes, this element would be met because he was leaving the house and the neighbor would be able to make a citizen's arrest, because if Arbery actually committed a felony and the neighbor saw it or saw Arbery running out of the house with tools or materials, then he could make that citizen's arrest. But as I showed you before, based on the information we have at this moment, there was no felony. At this point, the fourth element is irrelevant, as we've yet to satisfy the first three. Now on to self-defense. Right now, based on the videos we have yet to establish what law Arbery violated. Under Georgia law, if you make a citizen's arrest and you're wrong about that person violating the law you think they violated, then you can be charged with false imprisonment. Ironically, that was one of the first things I learned in law school. Right now, based on all the facts we have before us, not facts in the future, but right now, what law did he break based on the letter of the law? Not what you feel he broke, but what law he broke based on the letter of the law. If you say none, then right now, based on what we have before us, you can't say with any certainty that McMichael was justified in blocking the road and trying to make a citizen's arrest of Arbery while holding a shotgun. At least not based on the information we have now. That could change tomorrow or next week, but right now, you can't say that for a fact. You can feel he was right, but based on the letter of the law, you can't say it's a fact.
Paige Pate has been practicing criminal defense for 25 years in the state of Georgia. He says the reason the citizen's arrest law was created was to allow retailers to apprehend someone that they think may be shoplifting. He says he can't think of any legitimate legal reason why that law would be cited, though, in this case, to exonerate the men involved in Ahmaud Arbery's shooting death.
But what's critical about Georgia's law, although you are allowed to detain someone as a citizen if you think they've committed a crime, you cannot use excessive force. So even if there was a crime committed and he was trying to hold on to Mr. Arbery to wait for the police, you cannot then escalate it, as I think happened in this case.
Now, you can't say that for a fact. You can feel he was right, but based on the letter of the law, you can't say it's a fact. It's feeling. There's no question that McMichael was the initial confronter, and it wasn't justified by law to confront Arbery. Then by law, he's the initial aggressor. So whenever Arbery encountered him, he had every right to use lethal force to defend his life because McMichael was holding a gun in his hand while trying to block Arbery's path. So I am saying, based on the evidence at hand that is available to the public, there was enough evidence to charge the McMichaels with something. And that's why the GDI charged them. Yes, Arbery had a criminal record, but having a criminal record doesn't automatically make Arbery guilty of all crimes. You still have to use facts to prove someone's guilty of a crime. Otherwise, it's stereotyping based on feelings and preconceived notions. You feel he committed a crime that day because he has a criminal record and what he was doing looks suspect to you. But the evidence and the facts don't prove that in this case. Maybe more facts will come out, maybe they won't. But based on what's out now, Arbery didn't commit a crime and thus had grounds to stand his ground when someone is trying to use their gun to stop him from doing what he had a legal right to do. Sure, running at someone with a gun in their hand may be stupid, but in this case, based on the facts we have, it's not illegal. What is illegal is trying to imprison someone who hasn't committed a crime, especially when you haven't seen a crime being committed. And based on the facts that we have, they did not see him commit a crime. I can't prove or disprove Arbery's intentions that day, no more than I can prove or disprove the intentions of the McMichaels. But like I said in my original video, if you're literally watching me commit a crime, cool. Do what you need to do within reason to stop the crime from happening. But if you only suspect that I've committed a crime based on the way I look, call the cops and tell them where I am. Because if you're wrong and you stop me with a gun in your hands, I'm going to think you're trying to kill me. And I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you. I never said or implied that the McMichaels were racist. Never said they shot.
Is him talking about the facts
the laws.
Of the law. Mm-hmm. So I don't, with all the, later on, I'm gonna leave the original video down below so you go ahead and watch it for yourself and take in everything else he's saying, because he stops talking about the law from there. He starts talking about more of the Second Amendment and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So we're not really on to the Second Amendment part. We're on like
the law,
and the facts. Mm-hmm. So for all the people, again, that is so far right that it's to the point of, oh, he looks suspicious, he looks this, he looks that. That's your feeling.
Yeah, you stereotyping, bro.
This could have been prevented. I'm not even gonna put race in this. This could have been prevented if he would have called the cops and let the cops handle it. Because you even heard the operator say it. Because when someone in my comments said the cops may not come out because of COVID-19, whatever like that, the lady said she was gonna send somebody out there. Yeah. So that debunked what he just said. Yeah. But anyway, it's not his fault. Again, he might live in a different state, so his state might be doing it, but exactly. But we're going off the facts, and what the facts of the dispatcher said was she was going to send somebody out there. Mm-hmm. I would rather the cop come stop me and be like, yo, check me, or I have nothing on me. Yeah. Don't go to that house again and go on about my business. Yeah. Then
have two strangers with a shotgun approach you. You don't know them.
Exactly. And I'm gonna make this short. What blows me about this is people sit here in the way they talk as if, oh, if I see two overzealous, brolic looking dudes talking about, oh, they have a gun, talking about, yo, stop where you at, and they don't identify themselves as a cop. No. I'm not stopping. I'm doing what old boy did. I'm gonna try to run around and try to avoid it. And old boy, and what's crazy is, if y'all seen the video, the son was on the left, the dad was on the bed of the truck. The truck was on the right lane, which is the where it's supposed to be. The son was on the left side, which is oncoming traffic. Mm-hmm. Ahmaud Arbery went to the right side of the truck. The son was still on the left side, which means he was trying to avoid the situation. Mm-hmm. And the son bent him. And at this point, in my mind, this dude don't want to let me go. Mm-hmm. He came for some problems. Mm-hmm. I don't know this cat. This cat don't know me, and I see a gun. Where we grew up, when we see stuff like that, man, it's either fight or flight. And you're not really going to fight. You're not really going to try to fight a guy with a gun because it's like a rock, paper, scissors method. Yeah, no. That rock will beat the paper.
Facts.
So all this, oh, why is Stu running the fight? Somebody with a gun. Oh, yeah, it's Stu, but then the guy met him with the gun. He went around and met him with the gun. So he had to defend himself. And on facts, he had every right to defend himself. So all that stuff y'all saying on the comment section, not my comment section, but other people's videos comment section, and my comment section, y'all civil. You know, y'all try to, y'all civil. I love y'all for that. Yeah. But everybody else, y'all can miss me with that. Go ahead.
You know, something that I really don't understand, like how you gave that perfect example. So you telling me if two brolic, overzealous individuals approach you with a gun,
and somebody is videotaping and driving behind,
and they approach you, so you telling me you're going to submit? You don't know them from a can of paint.
Exactly.
All right. So you telling me you're not going to protect yourself? When your instinct flares up, you're going to do whatever you need to stay alive.
You might think you're getting robbed or something. Like,
bro, like your mind will start going at a rapid pace. The only thing you're going to be thinking about is survival. And come on, let's be real, man. I honestly think that all of those individuals that's making excuses, y'all really not putting much thinking into it. They're just talking out the side of their neck.
Yeah, they're not putting themselves in that position. Because somebody lost their life. And Ahmaud Arbery, in the video, was defending himself because at the end of the day, I'd rather be judged by 12 than be carried by 6. Let's be real. But at this point, he still ended up fighting for his life, and he ended up losing. Now he passed away, untimely demise. So this is the video for today. I didn't really want to talk too much because again, I put up a video for you guys to show you guys facts. You heard a 911 operator, dispatcher. You heard Gregory McMichael talking. And when he was talking, he didn't mention he was going to do a citizen arrest. He just said, oh, there he's running right there. That's it. Third, y'all see the gruesome video. Fourth, y'all seen a home video and he didn't have nothing. 5, when the cops searched his body, he didn't have nothing from the house. And the owners didn't report nothing stolen. So what does that tell you? He didn't do anything at the moment. And like Colin Noir said, does it look funny style that he's in the people's house? Maybe. Yes. Have everybody in this world done it before? Yes. In the video, it showed proof. Random family doing it. So, people, the other video, it was the heat of the moment. We was thinking about what was going on. Now, this video, we left race out of it. We wanted to bring you the facts. Facts. And that's it. And he put the facts, he put the Georgia law, he put the Georgia statutes and everything like that. So it's not our words or his emotion or our emotion, it's facts into it. So that's it for the video for today. I'm gonna leave Tim's channel down below and I'm gonna leave the original video down below. Leave a comment. If you still disagree, I still wanna hear you. Just keep it simple. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. And this is Topic with the Wise. This the Wise.
Oh yeah.
And we are.
Oh yeah, I just want to say something. You know, the moral of this entire situation, okay? Never allow yourself to be governed by your emotion. Because once you're in an emotional state, you're going to make an irrational decision that can affect your life. Always stay in a logical standpoint and never allow your feelings, your emotions to govern your decision. Trust me, that's the worst thing you can do. Always stay in a logical standpoint. If you feel that your emotions is flaring up, yo, step back 50 feet, call the cops, let them handle it. Because if you're allowing yourself to be governed by emotions, yo, you're gonna really regret it at the end of the day. To be honest, that's my intake on that when it comes down to the advice. You know, you can take that kind of advice in this particular situation or this life in general. Never allow yourself to be governed by your emotions, because as soon as you make that one false mistake, yo, it's a domino effect, regardless of what it is, in a sense.
Can't say any better. And I'll see you on the next video. There you go. He's coming.
You got a secret, like you victorious. I'm back on a Tuesday and fucking feels glorious. I'm on the backbeat, sipping in the backseat, listening to NSYNC. No, not Backstreet.